Fantastic. The closer we get, the more these readings resemble human brainwaves.
Whatever it is, these radiation lights are building rapidly. It would be dangerous to get any closer.
Maybe we won't have to. Let's see what Lindsay's doing. Lindsay, this is Nelson. You located the source of that radiation yet?
It's unbelievable. Hard to believe something like this caused a 1,000-mile communication blackout.
Captain, the hull's getting pretty hot from that radiation.
All stop. Neutral buoyancy.
Aye, sir.
What does it seem to be, Lindsay?
Stone. It's in 2 segments, almost like a human brain.
Does it seem to be floating, or is it connected to the rock?
Can't tell. I'm going to hit it with the laser beam to see what response we get in radiation level.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, starring Richard Basehart, David Hedison, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Damage control. Damage control, report. Chip, check out the damage.
Right away. Come on, Chief.
Aye, sir. What about Lindsay?
I can't get a picture. Survive, but we better make a rescue attempt.
All right, I'll go. Come on, Kowalski. All right, Lindsay, start back.
Reactor's behaving erratically, and Sharky's checking it now. But we should have power in a few minutes.
Good, good. That rock form out there is still active.
It's too active for my taste. Whatever it hit us with packs a real wallop.
But it didn't kill Lindsay.
He's still alive?
Yeah, please bring him aboard now.
Missile room to Admiral. Captain Crane is approaching the entry hatch.
I'll be right there. Get him to sickbay.
No, not now. We have to bring that rock aboard. Admiral, that creature is a life form. It's alive. It's something no man has ever seen before.
It's also something that almost killed you and nearly destroyed Seaview and everyone aboard.
Because I hit it with a laser beam. I had no idea it was alive. But now that we know, we can and must bring it aboard for study.
I'll think about it. Get to sick bay and have the doctor check you out.
You're not going to bring that rock aboard, are you?
Look, we're here investigating a communications blackout for the Navy. If that rock is the cause, we have to find out how and why.
But we've already seen how dangerous it is. Why don't we just destroy it?
Because if it turns out to be a form of life, it could be a phenomenal discovery.
But how could we possibly...
And if it's a life form, we can control it with drugs. Then we'll build some kind of shielding against the radiation. Meanwhile, let's check our instrumentation, see how our friend is doing out there.
Who's that? Who's talking?
In the water, I entered your mind.
The creature in the pit?
Yes, in your words, from your mind, I learn. I speak to you alone.
Alone? The others can't hear you?
No, only you. Your mind is mine. You will do what I tell you.
Yes, I will do what you say.
I am pure intelligence. I have no body. You will see to it I am brought aboard. Then this creature of iron and steel, this submarine, will become my body. Then I can move as men move.
I will see to it you're brought aboard the Seaview.
Now.
If they refuse?
You will bring me aboard. I order it.
Well, it has to be alive, Lee. The resemblance to human brainwave pattern is too close. Besides, there's just no other way of recording an electrical radiation pattern like this. Could be a separate Earth evolutionary line, or maybe something from another world, outer space.
Well, whatever it is, it's deadly.
Lee, there may be more of those out there. We should know something about them.
Admiral?
Lindsay, you're supposed to be in sick bay.
The doctor gave me a clean bill of health. Give me 3 men and the necessary equipment, and I'll have that creature aboard in 2 hours.
Not without some protection against its radiation.
We can devise some sort of shielding. Magnetic force would do it. Besides, you have the necessary units. The magnetic fields we were testing on our way here.
Might work at that. Lee?
I'll organize a party.
The radiation level is dropping. There's really no danger.
Stay behind the shield, Lindsay. All right, Kowalski. Throw the net over.
almost dormant again.
That's the electromagnetic shielding. Watch what happens when I cut the power of the shield.
The radiation increases sharply. We'll have to find some way of grounding its energy. Now, let's have those meter readings.
30 degrees. 1,500 ohms. 30-degree oscillation, 8,527 volts. Salinity factor, 24. Electrical peaking wattage, 240. Temperature reaching plateau of 99 degrees.
Turn up the magnetic shield. That was close. Gonna have to hold that shield value at a much higher level.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Now look at this. The last bit of tape on the encephalograph here shows sudden activity. It's almost as though it attacked deliberately.
Well, it obviously has a large energy content, but it certainly isn't strong enough to be a danger.
I'm not so sure. I'm going to put everything we know about this creature into the computer.
Don't call it that, Admiral.
Why not?
Because it's an intelligent being. You should know that.
You feeling all right, Lindsay?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you had a pretty rough time out there. Maybe you better check back into sick bay and have the doctor...
There's nothing wrong with me, Nelson. Why don't you just go back to running this boat and let me handle these tests?
Right now, I don't think you're capable of handling them.
You forget I'm aboard because there's a radioactive communication blackout in this area. The Navy put me here because I'm a specialist in electronic energy. There's no one more capable than I of...
What is it, Lindsay?
I'm sorry, Admiral. Please accept my apologies. The excitement of this discovery and the shock I had. For a moment or two, I forgot myself.
Well, it's understandable, but it's all the more reason why you should check back with the doctor.
You're right. And I will. Just as soon as I double-check the environmental controls we've established. It's all right, Admiral. I'm fine now. Why don't you process the data? I'll join you after I've seen the doctor.
All right, Lindsay.
You almost made a very bad mistake. You will have to do better in the future. You must be more efficient, less emotional.
I will try. And after all, I did get you aboard.
Yes, but I must control the crew. Every man on board must be my slave, as you are my slave. With enough knowledge and energy and the Seaview as my body, I can do anything. Turn down the magnetic shield so that I may start to take over the Seaview.
Is the Seaview now your body?
It soon will be, but there is more I want.
What?
In time, there shall be others like me, and then man will live to serve us, and only to serve us. I grow in power all the time. Feel my power. Listen and remember, you will do as I order. You will not fail. This ship will be my body, and every man on board will be my slave.
Anything unusual, Lee?
Well, the live steam coming up from the ocean floor is practically stopped. And the water temperature's been dropping ever since we took that creature aboard.
Other things have changed, too.
You mean Lindsay?
It worries me. Despite what the doctor says, I'm not sure he's really recovered.
No, I know what you mean. His walk, his manner of talking. He doesn't seem like the same man, does he?
He's completely lost his scientific detachment. I'm not sure that we can depend on his judgment about that thing in the lab.
Do you, still think it came from another planet?
It could have. That's why I want a team of divers ready to go to the pit tomorrow morning.
I'll set it up. Now, what do you want them to do?
Take photographs of the entire ocean floor around it. Make a careful chemical analysis of the water and the rock and search for some kind of a vehicle.
Consider it done. But you know, I'm not really sure. You heard that?
Yes.
The brain?
Could have. Maybe telepathic. Perhaps it sent out a thought probe.
If it has that power, if it did come from another planet.
That's right, Lee. It could be the most important, as well as the most dangerous thing on Earth.
Wake up. It is time for me to learn what knowledge there is in the computer banks. You will turn them on, so I can drain them of all information. Then the Seaview will be mine.
We'll be men on watch.
If so, you will dispose of them. Go.
How will you make contact?
Through you, my energy probe will allow me to contact the computer. It is over. All that was in the computer is known to me. The Seaview is now truly my body. Leave quickly.
$2-cent flashlight battery, sir.
No, it's worse. The tapes are blank. Every bit of information stored in these computer banks is gone.
There's no way to do that, not the way it's engineered.
Well, I know, but it's still true. Chip, what's the report from the secretary room? Something wrong down there? Chief, come on. Still alive. Get him to sick bay. You bet, sir.
You'll be all right.
Any idea what caused it, Doc?
Seems to be no doubt it was electrical shock. The burns on the clothing and his back, the traumatic condition are all indicative. I'll give him some sedation. Good night's sleep, and he'll be back on active duty in the morning. Something wrong, Admiral?
No, I suddenly realized I had a blinding headache.
You were not seen?
I don't think so. I had a little difficulty with Commander Morton, but I'm sure he didn't see me.
You did well.
You got what you wanted from the computer.
Yes, I have all the information I need to operate my new body. This thing of titanium you humans call a boat, a submarine.
Then you're finished with me.
No. Until I can build up my energy potential, I need the assistance of a human who also knows everything about this boat.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
But there is someone aboard who does. And having just probed Nelson's mind, I know what man I want. Captain Crane.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
You will bring him here to me.
No!
You will do as I wish immediately, or you shall be destroyed. Now go.
I've been hearing scuttlebutt that a special research team is going out in the morning.
No, that's right. Mostly photographic and chemical experts.
I've prepared some special instrumentation. Maybe you'd like to check it out with me.
Oh, I'd be glad to when this watch is over.
Well, go ahead, Lee. I'll take the com over.
All right, let's go.
Lindsay, how's that thing behaving?
It's quiet now, Admiral. The magnetic shielding has it entirely in check.
If there's any change, you'll let me know at once.
Of course.
You're sure this shielding controls any energy that thing has?
No doubt about it. Check the instruments for yourself.
He will be the second one to serve me. He can't hear me. Not unless I wish it can I be heard.
Everything seems to be holding.
There's no way for his powers to pass beyond the magnetic shielding. Take my word for it, Captain.
Close the door and lock it. What my power source shall be. I will make contact with the nuclear reactor.
Why the reactor?
For energy. If I use the reactor properly, my energy source will be unlimited.
Oh, I can't help you with that. Why don't you release me?
I told you I still had use for you.
You have all the power you want. I brought Crane to you. There's nothing more I can do to help.
Enough, or I will dispose of you right now. Now stand away from me. I am not certain how much of my energy corona a human can stand.
You destroy us.
I feel the energy. It's swelling within me. Power will be mine. Power will be mine. now the slave, and I am the master.
Yes.
You will now be able to hear me, and I will be able to read every single thought in your mind whenever I wish.
I'll do what you want.
It is now my wish to leave here. You will see to it that the Seaview gets underway in the morning.
Yes.
I still don't know what happened to me last night, sir. I ran into the circuitry room and was testing some switches, and then suddenly everything blanked out.
Well, probably an accidental contact. Fortunately, it wasn't any worse, Joe.
What's going on here, Admiral?
We're still working on the repairs. Shouldn't be too long now.
We'll make the repairs underway.
Underway? But we're not nearly through with our research here.
After what's happened, we're more than through. We're putting back to Santa Barbara immediately.
Easy. There wasn't any serious damage. And we have an exploration party going out in a couple of hours.
Belay it. A clear and present danger to the crew and the Seaview exists in this area. Prepare to get underway. Course 280, depth 100 feet.
Aye, sir. .280 won't take us back to Santa Barbara, sir. We'll be heading toward Australia.
Yeah, I know. Set the heading.
Morning, Admiral.
Morning. Yeah, the energy buildup has doubled since we brought that thing aboard.
When I hit it with the laser beam, it must have been dormant. Since then, it's become, well, for want of a better word, conscious, alive, ever-growing. Energy would naturally build up.
Increase the strength of the magnetic shielding.
Well, I hardly think that's necessary, Admiral.
Increase it, Lindsay. Double the output. And keep it that way. Under no circumstances let that intelligence regain power.
This is Chief Sharkey, Admiral. Could you come to the reactor room right away?
Turn the shielding down again. Turn it down.
No, I'm not going to do it.
You think you can defy me?
I'm through obeying your commands. You're dangerous, evil. All you want to do is destroy. I'm going to turn up the shielding and destroy you.
No longer can you defy me. Your will to resist is now gone. Now, not only will I destroy, but you will destroy for me.
This is the captain. What's the trouble in the reactor room?
We've got a power loss and can't figure it out, sir.
How much?
About 15% and falling slowly.
I'll be right down.
And I've had to step up the output over 15% just to keep the power loss down. Yes, sir?
Well, you know, that the power just doesn't disappear in thin air.
No, sir.
Oh, it's going somewhere, Chief.
Yes, sir, I would say so, sir, yes, sir.
Any idea where?
No, sir. Well, to tell you the truth, since this thing flipped its wig last night, I haven't been able to figure out a thing about it.
What's the trouble?
15% loss of reactor power and no clue.
We can live with 15% loss?
Of course we can, but the loss is increasing. If it continues this way, we'll soon reach the point where we can't live with it.
Then we'll have to compensate. Chief, build the reactor output and keep building it to hold power.
That's tricky, Captain, and dangerous.
That's an order.
Yes, sir.
I'll check out the control room, Chief. You let me know if you find anything here.
Aye, aye, sir.
Chief, before you notify the Admiral, Let me know what you find out.
I think we got it. But it sure beats me as to what happened here when Commander Morton got knocked down. I think we better double check.
Patterson, this is the Admiral. How are you doing with the repairs?
But so far, everything's checking A-OK, sir.
You better check your power source, Patterson. We're getting a loss in the reactor room.
Aye, sir. Keep your eye on the voltage flow from the reactors. I'm going to check back through the power lines.
Okay, Pat. Hey, pretty fast trip, Pat. I said that was a pretty fast... Hey, what gives? Hey, this is no time for games, Pat. You better start checking the power flow like the Admiral said. We're gonna be here all night. Pat! Pat!
Trip, I'd like to try a change of course.
Yes, sir.
Change 5 degrees to 285.
5 degrees to 285. There's no response to helm.
Test it yourself, Jeff.
Nothing. She won't respond.
We'll try the planes.
No response to planes control either.
And she's holding steady and true at a depth of 100 feet. On course 280.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chip. Come forward with me. Why do you think the controls don't respond?
It might be caused by the power loss.
But I believe it's something else. I think Seaview has been taken over.
Taken over?
Now, think about it, Chip. The damage we suffered in the pit area, your so-called accident in the circuitry room, computer tapes wiped clear, loss of reactive power, controls completely malfunctioning.
It builds up to a pretty strong case, but...
There's more. Lindsay and Crane.
Well, they're not acting normally, if that's what you mean. But maybe the strain we've all been
Not
under.
when you tie it in with the rest. They've been taken over, too.
You're talking about that creature that we have on board.
That's right. Now, Lindsay says it's pure intelligence, and I think he's right. It's more powerful, more dangerous intelligence than you and I could ever dream of.
What are we going to do about it?
There may be a way of short-circuiting its power. I'm going to work on that. Meanwhile, you pass the word quietly to the crew to stay away from portside corridor B and away from the lab. Kowalski, come along. We've got some work to do in the machine shop.
Yes, sir.
Admiral Nelson is moving against me. He must be destroyed.
Which one of us is to kill him?
Lindsay, you will do it at once.
What do you want me to do?
Lindsay is weak, not strong like you. If he fails, you will see to it that the Admiral dies.
It'll be done.
Mr. Lindsay to his cabin and lock him in. Post yourself on guard duty outside. He's not to leave there. Use any amount of force necessary to carry out your orders.
Break away from him, Lindsay.
What's the trouble?
I thought I heard something. Look at that, it's working again. The Admiral probably repaired the power leads.
Yes, fine.
Crane, Nelson is on his way to the observation nose. He has 2 devices with him. Kill Nelson and destroy the devices. At once.
Hold it. Put it down, Admiral. You too, Kowalski. What's wrong?
That thing. It had you under control. Complete control.
How?
There's time for that later. What matters now, we have a counter probe to neutralize it.
Attention all hands, this is the captain. Emergency. We're in an uncontrolled dive.
How close to the bottom are we? Pedometer's blowing. We'll either hit bottom in 3 or 4 minutes or hit crush depth. Blow all ballast tanks. Engineering, try to bring emergency power into play. Then all back emergency.
Can you get any power going in here, Chief?
No luck, Admiral. We don't have enough juice to power a flashlight.
We'll have to build some up. Come on.
You got me stumped, sir. How do we get power from this when the creature's draining it off?
Pull the damping rods. Let the reactor go critical.
Well, it's like using gasoline to put out a fire.
I'm hoping the extra energy will destroy it before we all go out in a nuclear blast. If it works, we may be able to get the rods back in before doomsday.
Creature or blast, it's like tossing a coin.
Your energy intake has almost doubled in the past few moments.
I felt it. Something's wrong.
But you control everything. What could be wrong?
It's Nelson. He's tampered with the nuclear reactor. He's fighting me. I will show him who is master of the Seaview. He must not stand in my way now.
Watch the controls! The controls! Get the controls! Kowalski! Turn on the counter probe!
Yes, sir.
How is he, Chet? Coming around. We've got to get to that creature and stop him now, Kowalski. Take the counter probe, get some men, and see if you can get into that lab. Yes, sir. All right, you come with me.
It's no good. There's nothing you can do before we're all destroyed.
Nothing can defeat us. No human can stop us from our ultimate destiny. I still have superior means at my command.
When I give the signal, open that door fast.
Damage control report. Damage control report.
What happens now, sir?
Captain Crane will worry about that. Let's get back to those dampening rods.
Nice. She's really building up, sir.
So we want you to keep pulling those rods. Keep checking the radiation count. Let me know as he reaches the critical area.
The door's been jammed shut. I'll get the skipper. You stay on those valves!
It's the last one, sir. Boy, the way this reactor is going, it'll be blast before we stop the creature.
We don't have a choice, Chief. Right now, we either destroy it or...
Look out! Sharky! The counter probe!
This is Nelson. I'm talking to you. You in the lab. Hear me? Listen. And listen what?
I hear you, Nelson.
Your power's going. Your attempt to take us over has already failed.
Not so, Nelson. You have no longer to live than any of the others.
But neither of you. Your ability to handle the energy is decreasing all the time.
Why do you fight me? Why do you fight when you are to die?
It's working, Chief. The overload's getting to him.
Doesn't look too good.
If we can get into the lab undercover the protective screen, we may be able to stop it in time.
Kowalski already tried that. The hatchway's jammed tight.
All right, we'll cut our way in. You take over here, Lee. Come on, we got some work to do.
Aye, aye, sir.
Lindsay, you must stop this flow of energy.
I can't stop the reactor now. They pulled the dampening rods. In a matter of minutes, the reactor will go critical and there'll be an atomic blast. There'll be nothing left of you, or us, or the Seaview. I can do nothing.
I will not be defeated. We were created to rule. No living creature in the universe has ever stood in our way. The galaxies have bowed their heads to us. There must not be defeat. You will all die in agony. Die!
Stay behind me. Let's hope this will protect us long enough to get to the ejection switch. We gotta blow that thing out of the sub.
Aye, sir.
Get down! Try to hold him with this.
Aye,
Get
sir.
the switch.
on, Chief. Sir, just a thought. What happens if we can't get underway?
We have to get underway. There's enough energy stored in that to blow the Sea to bits. Lee, put the rods back in. We've ejected the creature, now get underway fast.
You heard him. Go ahead. Engineering, stand by to get underway.
Aye, sir. Standing by to answer bells.
How does it look, Skipper?
Still at critical mass. The reaction could go chain at any minute.
Get underway, Chip.
Not yet, sir. The reactor's still out.
Lee, what's happening?
It's not falling, Admiral. It's just holding it critical.
That's no good. We got to get out of here before that thing blows sky high.
But they could hold this way for hours. A blow at any second.
Look. Push the reactor to full emergency. Hold for 5 seconds, then bring her back.
Could be suicide, Skipper.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's working. All ahead full. Up 10 degrees on the planes.
Damage control. Report.
Several leaks, sir. We're getting them under control now.
Sonar report.
No contact, sir. Must have been totally destroyed.
We're at cruising speed. Depth 200.
Uh-huh. Let's go home. we had a busy day.
I should have a visual sighting on your island in about 2 hours.
Mile. If you mean that no one else had touched Mokora just now, you're right. But someone has to check on the potential danger.
It's too bad that volcano couldn't wait until daylight before it started to blow.
Well, we can't wait either. If the cone is radioactive, it could blanket half the world with its ash.
Admiral Nelson, sir.
Yes?
Admiral, we've established contact with the advance party on Mokora. Transmissions on your channel 7.
This is Nelson. Dr. Hollis, what's your situation?
I'm on the beach, Admiral. The flying sub's lying just offshore. Witt pushed in about an hour ago to make a preliminary survey of the crater area. From here, it doesn't exactly look like a moonlit South Sea island paradise.
What about Witt?
His last transmission put him at the foot of the volcano, starting ascent of the east face.
Admiral, this is Witt. Now, correction on my position. I'm working north from the east face to get around a lava flow. Now, from where I'm standing now, it looks about a quarter of a mile across.
Witt, I'm interested in the readings you're getting on radioactivity.
I'm getting increased radiation, rising all the time.
The air samples we took during our flybys were all hot, too. The volcanic ash we collected could almost run the sea view.
Admiral, I'm going to move in closer so you can hear it for yourself.
Witt, you better return. What was that? Wait. You read me? What's going on out there?
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Starring Richard Basehart, David Hedison, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Hollis, are you reading this transmission?
I read you, Admiral, but I'm in a hurry.
Stay where you are. Repeat. Stay where you are until we arrive.
I said I was in a hurry.
Wait. Hang on now. I'll get you out of here. Come on now.
Dead ahead, sir. Stand by the surface.
Downscope. Better let them know we're here, Lee.
Sea view to flying sub. Do you read me? Over. Sea view calling flying sub. We have Makora in sight. We'll surface and anchor off reef. Come in, flying sub.
This is Hollis. Seaview. Get here quick. I don't know how long I can hold out.
I never saw anything like this. The only answer is some kind of a wild animal went berserk in here and killed a pilot.
You say when you found Whit, it was much the same.
Yes. And that strange sound we all heard just before we lost radio contact with Whit. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say it could only have been made by a wolf. But not here, not on an island in the South Pacific.
It was a wolf.
You saw the animal?
I shot at it. Sure, I hit it, but I didn't stop it.
All right, there's a wolf on the island. There's probably some explanation for how it got there. But how did it get in here?
I don't know.
We better arrange to have Witt's body brought back to Seaview. Also, collect the instruments he was carrying. There may be some recorded data there we can use.
Right, sir. Seaview, this is the captain.
Aye, sir.
Chip, put a working party on the island. Stretcher, blankets, protective clothing for all hands.
Aye, sir.
Why weren't you wearing protective clothing when you went ashore?
I didn't have time to get it from the flying sub.
You've been exposed to a very high level of radiation. We better get him back to Seaview right away.
Nothing. But, you said you were exposed to the radiation.
I don't understand it either.
All right, let's snap into it, Patterson. We gotta get that shore party going.
I already know, Chief. You know, when there's no work to do, somebody always finds a reason to make some.
Meaning I'm not somebody, huh?
I didn't say it. You did.
Never mind what I said. Just let's get that gear assembled.
Hey, Chief.
Yeah.
What is the scuttlebutt on that island out there?
Makora?
Well, that's the only island I know of around here. What's going on out there anyway?
Well, all I know is that volcano is liable to blow any second.
I'm not asking about what we already know. What I mean is, what are we sending this shore party out for?
Well, would you believe it if I told you that the radiation expert, Witt, has gotten himself permanently clobbered out there by a wolf?
Come off of it, Chief. What would a wolf be doing out here in the South Pacific?
What are we doing out here?
Okay, what are we doing out here?
Trying to dig up the answer behind the communication blackout. That's what.
Well, you don't need a landing party with a stretcher for
Patterson,
that.
well, how long you been aboard the Seaview?
About 3 years.
That's long enough.
Long enough for what?
To know that you don't ask any questions. Just do as you're told. The Admiral and Skipper got their reasons, and when the time is right, they'll let you know what it's all about.
Sharky, get up to the forward deck with that shore party. On the double. Acknowledge.
This is Sharky, sir. Acknowledging. What is he exactly in such a hurry about?
How long you been serving aboard the Seaview, Chief?
Let's go.
All right, take a break. How much further? Can we see it from here?
Up there, just below that big outcropping.
All right, let's go. Come on. On a double. Up here. Come on.
I wouldn't scratch that if I were you.
I'm all right.
Chief.
Sir.
Take care of that.
Look, if we're gonna get Witt's body, let's do it while we still can.
We will. Then we're gonna move on. Now we're moving through an area of high radiation. Keep your visors lowered. Everyone.
Let me take a look at that hand.
Yo, Wolf.
I shot at it, but I still don't believe it. What in the blazes was that?
Let's hope we don't get close enough to find out. Let's move on. 9.
Our instruments just registered a heavy seismic shock. Are you all right?
Affirmative.
Well, we may not be able to help you. I'm anticipating a tidal effect at any second.
Breathing down!
Seaview, do you read me? Hey, look out!
Well, I just hope the Seaview's in better shape than this thing, sir. What do we do now?
What we came here to do. Hey, wait a minute. Hollis? You all right? Chief, stay here.
right,
I'll
sir.
see what's wrong. Hollis! Hollis! Shocky!
You want me to go after him?
No, take charge of the party. Bring the body down to the beach and any instrument you can find.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hollis! Where are you? Answer me! Hollis! Hollis! Hollis!
All right, fellas, put him down and relax.
Do you have any luck finding the instruments?
Kind of 50-50, sir. This was under a boulder, about as much good to us as a used barbecue pit. But I figure this kind of makes up for it.
The sonar pack.
Yes.
It isn't damaged?
No, sir.
This tape could be invaluable.
That's all we found up there, sir, except that. What about Hollis? You sent him back to the beach?
Never had a chance to talk with him.
Well, if you don't mind my saying this, sir, I think that egghead has come up scrambled. I mean, cutting out like that. And if he runs into that four-legged, fur-bearing hunk of teeth and muscle again, or whatever it was that got Whit.
Well, he'll have to handle it himself. Come on, let's go.
All right. All right, sailors. Look alive. Well, it's just a little hour's hike away, and we're all back on the Seaview and home cooking. All right, come on now. Up and at him. Up and at him.
Admiral, the outside damage control party's back on board. They report no damage to the hull or rudder. Engine room standing by.
Well, get us underway, Chip. Come to flank speed. I want Lee and his party brought aboard as soon as possible.
Aye, aye, sir. Stand by to get underway.
Still no radio contact with the captain's party.
No, sir, but I think they're all right. I make out a signal fire on the beach.
Good, good. You all right, Chip? Stand by to surface. Signal under the bridge.
Aye, aye, sir. Stand by to surface. Signalman to the bridge.
You, read Morse code, Hollis?
Not that fast.
It's the Seaview. Admiral Nelson wants us out there right away. I can't think of anything on this island to hold me here. Can you?
I have to talk to you, Captain.
Chief. Sir. Load the body. Let's get ready to shove off.
All right, sir.
I wanted to see Whit again, but I just couldn't face it. When it came to the point, I'm sorry, Captain.
That's one question out of the way.
You've never run away from anything, have you, Captain? No, I'm sure you haven't. It would be contrary to all that splendid naval discipline. How can I tell you why I ran? You wouldn't understand.
I don't have to understand. Let's go. Continue the cruising pattern, Chip. If anything unusual comes up, let's hear.
Aye, sir. The tapes from that sonar pack that Whit was carrying have been analyzed by the computer to show a very shallow crust on this volcano.
I believe it. I saw enough while I was out there that convinced me that this one's going to blow like Vesuvius.
Let's hope not like Vesuvius, Lee. This one is radioactive. If it blows like Vesuvius, it could cover the Earth with radioactive ash.
Not like Vesuvius.
Ah. You're the volcanologist. What's your opinion?
I don't have any. It's all guesswork. Captain Crane could be right, or this volcano could subside and never be heard from again.
What are the odds on that?
Wait a minute. There's too much at stake to talk about odds. Could it happen? What about life as we know it?
It could happen.
All right. Well, it's the first time for everything. We've got to try to blow out a volcano before it blows itself out.
Blow it out?
Now, you know the way you blow out an oil well fire, only on a much bigger scale.
Oh, that can't be done. A volcano isn't an oil well fire, Admiral.
I know that. But we're hoping the radioactivity inside the volcano will blow itself out if we trigger it with our devices.
Well, what difference does it make if the volcano blows itself or you blow it up?
No, we're not going to blow it up. We're going to blow it in. Missile room, prepare torpedo tubes 1, 2, 3, and 4 for firing. Implosion warheads, delayed fuses set for 0600.
Aye, aye, sir.
What is an implosive warhead?
It creates a vacuum by exploding inward. It creates an implosive chain reaction.
Has such a device ever been used in a volcano?
No. But there's nothing we can lose by trying it. By the way, you better have the doctor look at that, huh?
What can I do for you, Mr. Hollis?
The Admiral wants you to take a look at some scratches on my hand.
Scratches?
Scratches. I'm concerned about infection. I got them ashore on the island.
Well, let's take a look. We better give this some attention.
Torpedoes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ready to fire, sir.
Fire 1. Fire 2.
Both torpedoes were impacted on target, sir.
Good, good. Lee, set course for target Baker.
Engine room. I had 1/4. Full right rudder.
Aye, sir.
The light will kill most external infections we know about. However, I'm just enough of a horse and buggy medic to believe there's nothing like iodine to get the job done.
This hand was exposed to radiation, Doctor. Do you think it might have any effect on it?
Possibly. But it might help it rather than hurt it. After all, X-ray is a form of radiation, and that...
Something wrong?
No, but I think I better check this out. Check what out?
Well, it's probably nothing.
And why go to the trouble?
Major amputations always shake me up. There. Finished. Corman, iodine, then light bandage. I'll want to take a look at that hand tomorrow morning. If it gives you any trouble tonight, come by my cabin. Admiral, this is Doc. About Hollis, will you come down to sickbay, please?
Is it urgent?
Aye, sir, it is urgent. Those identical elements. I must confess I've never seen them before. Although there's a family resemblance to the rabies virus.
Well, you said that this concerned Hollis.
The slide under this microscope was prepared from the wound on Hollis's hand.
And the other slide?
A blood sample from Witt's body. Autopsy routine.
Well, what do you make of it, Doctor?
I wish I had an answer for you. I wish I had an answer for Hollis.
Okay, Johnson. Dismissed. Got your orders, Patterson. A 4-hour watch on the reactor inside, and nobody's allowed in or out without an okay from me personally.
Okay, Chief. If the skipper and Admiral Nelson want to get in, I'll tell them what you said.
Don't be a wise guy. You know what I mean.
Well, sure I do, Chief. If they want to get in the reactor room, I'll say it's okay because you said it was all right.
How did you ever become a sailor in the first place, Patterson?
That was easy, Chief. I grew up with the salt air in my nostrils.
Oh, yeah? Where? Coney Island?
No. Kansas.
Oh, is that so? You were brought up in Kansas, huh? Well, I suppose they got a lot of salt water in Kansas. Huh?
Well, sure they do, Chief. We had this old sump right near the salt licks for the cows. Well, that water got filled with salt.
Patterson, I ought to... Okay, just get in there and stand guard like I told you.
Nobody in or out, right?
Right.
Your personal orders.
Right.
And if the Admiral orders...
You cut it out. Just get in there and stand guard.
Right. Hold this. Thanks, Chief. Just one thing. What's all the worry about the reactor room all of a sudden?
Because it is very dangerous. Because nobody but authorized personnel is allowed in there. Because the volcano is blowing its top, and it's radioactive, and we do not know what it will do to the reactor.
And because?
And because what?
The Admiral said so, right?
Right.
Sorry, sir. The reactor room's off limits.
You know who I am?
Aye, sir.
And you're telling me to get out?
Aye, sir. Sorry, sir.
Lee, where are those sounds coming from?
The reactor room.
Seal the area. Meet me there with some armed men on the double.
Now hear this. Secure and block all watertight doors in the reactor room area. Repeat. Secure and block all watertight doors in the reactor room area.
There's something in there trying to get out. I don't know what it is, but boy, you can sure hear it.
We got it blocked in there, whatever it is.
If it was in any other part of the boat, we could flood it.
It's more important if it does anything to our reactor system. We can't afford to be locked out of there. What happened to Witt, to the pilot of the flying sub. Let's hope it didn't happen to Patterson. Chief? Sir. Lay down to the army, pick up a stun gun.
Aye, sir.
There are 2 of them.
Aye, sir.
All right. Open it and fall back. I was afraid it was Hollis.
But how?
Well, the doc found a rabies-like virus in Hollis's wounded hand. The killing on the island, the flying sub, and here in the reactor room. They all took place where radiation exposure was a factor. Now, possibly that's another clue. The radiation reacts on the virus and turned Hollis into what we saw.
Admiral, we have target Baker area at 100 yards, standing by.
Keep us on target, Chip. I'll be right there.
Aye, sir.
Take him to sickbay and have the doc lock him in the restraint ward. I'll be down as soon as I can.
You can handle it, Chief. Make sure the doctor understands the Admiral's orders.
All right, sir. All right, man.
Get Patterson to sickbay.
Fire 4.
Well, that's finished. All 4 torpedoes struck home. They'll implode in 55 minutes. Then we'll know if the volcano can be snuffed out. I'll be in sickbay checking on Hollis.
Oh, Admiral, what if it doesn't implode? What if we can't stop the volcano?
Then it won't matter what's happening to Hollis. Or the rest of the world, for that matter.
I'm sorry, Admiral. I don't know how to cure a werewolf. Incantations and witches' broths were never my strong subjects.
Look, I'm not asking for sorcery. We have a medical clue.
The rabies virus?
Yeah.
If the condition were rabies, Hollis would be terminal. Now, there's no medication known for the symptoms of the disease.
Look, the point is, we don't know what we're dealing with. He seems to keep changing from human being to werewolf and back again. At times of great stress.
All right, Admiral. We'll try. It's possible the combination of radiation and the sudden adrenaline acceleration accounts for that. In any case, the patient has very little to lose. Corman?
Aye, sir.
I want to draw some blood from the patient. Prepare a needle. This is really a shot in the dark, Admiral. We'll inject some of Hollis's blood into a lab animal. Hopefully, from a living creature, we may produce a vaccine. And we'll see what happens when it's introduced into Hollis's bloodstream. We've got the wound as sterile as we can get it.
What's your prognosis, Doctor?
I wish I had one.
I'll accept an educated guess.
Well, Admiral, on the assumption that you've been exposed to some mutated form of rabies virus, we may have headed it off with our sterilization procedures.
There's no way of knowing for sure?
Only by observation. Well, at least we know what to look for.
And if we find it, we know what to expect.
How long do we have?
I don't know, Captain. In the case of Hollis, the onset of symptoms seemed to be very rapid. However, his wounds were septic until after the onset.
Assuming the worst, Doctor, what should we be doing?
I don't know. Perhaps we can develop a vaccine. Excuse me, I want to put this under the microscope.
Just a minute. We're going to have a look at that with you.
Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea, Admiral.
Well, I am. If I'm going to turn into a tortured creature like Hollis, I want to know why. There's no question. It's there.
You said there was the possibility of developing a vaccine.
Perhaps I used too strong a word when I said possibility. To encourage myself.
All right, a prayer then. Just tell me what you need.
Well, if we had Hollis here.
Well, there's only one place he could be, the island. The crewman who tried to stop him said he went out the escape hatch. Now, what do you need from Hollis?
About 50 cc's of blood.
You'll have it.
There's no time, Lee. The torpedoes will go off in about 40 minutes.
I know.
Doctor, I think you better lock me up in the restraint ward.
Admiral, I don't...
That's an order, Doctor.
We've got less than 30 minutes to get the job done and to get back to the Seaview. That's torpedo detonation time. Now, there's no way to stop detonation or change the time. If we're going to save Admiral Nelson's life, we have to take Hollis alive. Your stun guns will stop an elephant. If you see Hollis or he attacks, use them. There's also a wolf on this island, just as dangerous as Hollis. If it attacks, kill it. All right, come on. Chief?
Sir.
Now keep your eyes open.
If I see anything, I'll sing out.
All right.
Skipper, I just found some tracks. Could be that wolf. The paw marks are about as big as my fist. They look fresh to me, sir.
I read you. Keep alert for whatever made those tracks. But don't waste time looking for it. Our first job's to find Hollis.
Aye, sir.
Doctor, come here.
What is it, Admiral?
The place where Hollis scratched me feels like it's on fire.
Healing process, possibly?
It was not likely. Hollis's wounds didn't heal. Lee told me he saw Hollis rubbing them just a short time before he changed. But no matter what happens, Doctor, No matter what I say. Don't let me out of here.
Skipper. Got a visitor, sir.
We're downwind of him. We'll split up and get around him. No, I don't want to have to shoot. Take a chance of spooking Hollis. Come on.
I'm sorry for everything, Captain. I didn't mean to hurt.
Chief! Over here, quick!
Quick, 50 cc's of blood.
Right. Get a sleeve.
Mighty fine, sir. Those torpedoes are about to blow.
Chief, take this blood to sick bay on the double. Aye, sir. All hands stand by to get underway. All ahead flank. Hard left rudder.
Aye, aye, sir. Four, 3, 2, 1. Detonation 0600. We did it?
Doctor, how's the Admiral doing?
We just administered the vaccine, hoping for the best.
Maybe this will encourage him. Tell him that at 0600, we sank the island of Makora. Well, you're looking fit, Admiral. Lee, sit down. Sitting out here in your front porch seems to agree with you.
Yeah, very much. Oh, you read my report on the Makora mission.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you noted those portions of the text which were somewhat less than factual.
Yes, I did.
Dr. Hollis is a brilliant young scientist. I'm not sure that the entire world has to know about all the conditions surrounding his death.
I agree, absolutely.
What about the crew? Do you think they can be trusted not to talk when they go ashore?
I think they can, but I won't take any chances. I'll point out that anybody who sounds off about a man who turned into a wolf had better stand by to have a net dropped over him.
All right. I'll accept that as an adequate deterrent.
Right. Take care, sir.
Right. Flying sub to Seaview. Come in, Seaview.
This is Seaview. Go ahead, Admiral.
We're approaching our coordinates. Estimated time of arrival, 12 minutes.
Aye, sir. Any instructions for the skipper?
Tell Captain Crane that our distinguished guest is beside him. And be sure that he gets a proper welcome aboard.
Aye, aye, sir. Distinguished guest, proper welcome. That's a bit strong, Admiral. I meant this to be a casual visit.
Well, don't worry about it, Senator. We tend to keep a pretty informal ship.
Skipper. From the Admiral, sir.
Oh, good.
The Admiral?
He's got Senator Dennis with him. They'll be here in about 10 minutes. Come to a full stop and make all preparations to pipe them aboard.
All stop, maintain neutral buoyancy.
Aye, sir.
Will the Senator require sleeping quarters?
No, it's a quick courtesy call. He'll be leaving in a couple of hours.
Dennis, he's a member of the Armed Forces Committee, isn't he?
Well, that's right. He was just appointed about a month ago.
I'll bet he's coming to look at the Admiral's special baby.
There's no doubt about it, Chip. Everybody in the government wants to see it.
Think the Admiral will show it to him?
Well, when he's good and ready, not before then. Better get that detail ready.
All right.
Okay, Kowalski, this is your post the whole time this VIP is aboard. No matter what, you don't open the door for him. Got it?
Right, Chief.
I don't know what's so special about this one, but it's the captain's orders.
I know what's so special about him. This is William Dennis.
What, you know this guy or something?
He's my senator. Didn't you read about the election?
Oh, sure, the election. Oh, he won it, didn't he?
Biggest upset in the history of our state. Came from nowhere, man. Didn't have a chance. Got around, met a few people, and I won by a landslide.
Oh, yeah, I read about it. Just don't let him through that door, okay?
Okay.
Lee.
Hi, Admiral.
Chip. Gentlemen.
Oh, Captain Crane, I believe. I'm Billy Dennis.
Welcome aboard, Senator.
You must be the exec. It's good to be here. Nice to know all you men. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do, sailor?
Admiral, this man tells me he's one of my constituents. That's quite an unexpected pleasure. Now then, what's in here?
Let's see, working components of the new X4 device.
Oh, well, I'd like very much to see that.
I'm sorry, sir.
His orders are to permit no one in there.
Well,
Certainly that doesn't include me.
Well, I'm afraid it does, Senator. As you know, the Seaview doesn't come under the authority of the armed services, and the X-4 hasn't yet officially been turned over to the government.
Of course, that's quite understandable. Oh, don't worry about it, sailor. You do your job well.
Shall we continue the tour? Down this way.
Thank you, sir.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, starring Richard Basehart, David Hedison, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
What happened? Patterson stopped the slug. Get him to sick bay. All right, let's go. Take it easy. We don't know how bad he's hit.
I'm sorry about this, Senator, but we'll let Captain Crane handle it.
Kowalski? Oh, why did you shoot him?
It wasn't Patterson. It was something in the corridor. Something terrible coming right at me. I had to shoot. Don't you see? I had to.
He wouldn't shoot one of his own men. Sir, not Kowalski. He needs medical help. Look, I'll take him down to sick bay, okay?
I want to question him first.
Look at him. Can't the questioning wait? He needs to see the doc first.
Not until I find out what's going on. I'll post another man on this watch and bring Kowalski up to the nose.
Aye, aye, sir.
What are we doing in here, Admiral?
It's part of your tour of the Seaview, Senator.
You're joking, of course. But let's get down to brass tacks. We both know what it is I came to see here on your submarine.
The X-4, of course.
Of course. And apparently I'm to be denied that privilege.
No, not altogether, no, sir. It's true I had to deny you permission to look at the component room, but then that's all pretty technical anyway for anyone but an engineer. But I am going to show you the most interesting part of the device.
Here in this room?
Right. Here in this room.
Well, that's just a simple map of the world.
No, it's more than a map, Senator, and it's hardly simple. This is the view panel of the X-4. Let me activate it for you. These lights represent the precise position of every nuclear submarine in the world.
Well, if that's true, that's the most amazing thing I've ever encountered.
It's literally true. The green lights are our subs, the amber are those of our allies and neutrals, and the others, of course, are potential hostiles.
Well, are these approximations or guesses, or can they be verified?
We've had occasion to check the position of our own subs and others against their relative position on the chart. So far, the device has been 100% correct.
If you could prove that to me, this could easily be the most important weapon in our entire defense complex.
And I can prove it. Choose any one of the green lights.
Very well. That one, closest one to Hawaii.
Latitude 21 degrees, 59 minutes. Longitude 160 degrees. That should be the Thomas Paine. Sparks, send a Code 1 message to the SSN Thomas Paine. I request a reading of their position.
Aye, sir.
We should have confirmation within minutes. I think that should prove my point.
Depth 500. Trim satisfactory.
Very well. Continue to hold trim at dead stop.
Hold trim at dead stop. Aye, aye, sir.
No, Kowalski, let's try it again. You heard this noise. You investigated. And so what?
There was this thing in the corridor, sir. It was alive, sir. And it made this noise, an awful noise, sir, and then it came at me. Straight at me.
And you fired?
Yes, sir. Over and over again, right in the middle of it. It was awful.
And then what happened?
I don't know, sir. That's all I can remember.
Was Patterson in the corridor at any time?
No, sir. Never. Not until... Not until after I fired. And I saw him lying there in the deck. And the thing was gone then, and it was just Patterson lying there.
All right, Kowalski. I'm sending you to sick bay. The doctor will give you something to help you sleep. That's all. Go on.
Aye, sir.
No, it's difficult to believe, Admiral. But if those are all nuclear submarines...
And they are.
Admiral, I have position requested for the SSM Thomas Paine, sir.
Let's have it.
Latitude 41 degrees, 59 minutes. Longitude 160 degrees.
Thank you, Sparks.
Well, the SSN Thomas Paine is exactly where you said it was. The device really does work.
With infallible accuracy.
Have you any idea how much this can affect our entire defense posture?
Yeah, quite a clear idea, Senator.
Well, then how soon are you going to turn it over to Washington?
As soon as we finish testing it. I'm sorry, Senator. Sorry, but it's impossible to be more explicit.
Hey, that's very strange.
What's that?
Well, the light marking the Thomas Paine's position. It's gone out.
Sparks, have you broken contact with the Thomas Paine?
Affirmative.
I'll get them back at once. I want their position reconfirmed.
Aye, aye, sir.
Forget it, Ski. I knew it was an accident. One of those things.
You're gonna be okay, though, aren't you?
Sure. Doc says I'll be up and around again by tomorrow. You always were a lousy shot.
Yeah. Lucky for you.
How could it happen? That's what I want to know. How?
It's not an easy question to answer, Chief.
I know these guys. I work with them. I live with them. If a kid like Kowalski can shoot his own best friend, what's going on?
I'm trying to get the answers the only way I know how.
Well, should you leave him alone in there after what happened?
I think talking to Patterson is the best possible therapy for Kowalski.
Yes, sir. Is he still,
I doubt if he ever was. Not in the sense that you imply, Chief.
Yeah, but what about all that stuff of seeing things in the corridor and then gunning down Patterson?
It's all part of the pattern I uncovered when I examined him.
What'd you find out, Doc? He'll be okay, won't he?
I believe so. He had some sort of delusion, perhaps brought on by a shock of some sort.
Well, it won't happen again, will it?
I'm not a betting man, but I'd say the chances were something like 1,000,000 to 1.
Thanks, Doc.
Admiral, this is Sparks.
Any luck, Sparks?
Negative, sir. The Thomas Paine does not acknowledge our signal.
Admiral, more of them are going out all the time. Nearly every green light on the board.
Sparks, send out a general call to all U.S. nuclear subs. Emergency frequency, request top priority response.
Aye, aye, sir.
They're all going out. One by one, all over the board.
It's not possible. It can't be happening.
They're all going out. Every light.
Senator, if we can believe our eyes, every nuclear submarine, all except Seaview and that lone ship, has disappeared from the oceans of the world.
Okay, secure the detail. Well, Chief, engineering checked out every circuit in there, sir. Not a thing wrong.
Poster watch.
Aye, sir.
SSRN Seaview calling. Priority A emergency. Please acknowledge. SSRN Seaview calling. Emergency. Please acknowledge.
That's no use. Secure the call.
I've tried every emergency frequency on the board, sir. There's no answer anywhere.
Every nuclear submarine in the world, except this one, vanished in the span of a few short minutes.
Engineering's finished that check, Admiral.
And?
Everything's working. There's no breakdown in the system.
That's got to be. It's the only explanation that makes sense.
Pardon me, sir. Could you come forward with me to the observation lounge? There's something I'd like you to see.
Excuse me.
Of course, Washington must be notified.
Well, naturally. Sparks, raise the code center at the Pentagon. Use the scrambler.
Aye, aye, sir.
What's wrong?
Take a look out the window. What do you see?
Nothing. What about it?
That's just the point. There's nothing there. 10 minutes ago, the whole ocean outside was alive with fish. Now there's nothing stirring. What happened to them? Where'd they go?
That's a good question.
SSRN Seaview calling. Priority A emergency. Please acknowledge. This is Seaview calling. Emergency. Please acknowledge.
Sir, I can't raise anybody.
We'll switch frequencies, send a general call in the clear. I'll speak to anyone you can reach in Washington.
Aye, sir. I'll do what I can.
Admiral, I don't like the general air of this whole business. There's something eerie about it.
Yeah, I agree. You wait here for me.
Yeah, but the Washington call.
I'll be right back for it. Chip, get me a commercial television channel on the view screen.
Aye, sir.
There are commercial television channels in our range.
Yeah, several. At least 4 at this point. The signal should be fairly strong.
I can't seem to get anything, sir.
Why not? The set's working and we're in range.
I don't know. There's just nothing on the air.
I don't get it.
No? Well, neither do I.
Nothing. Your operator can't get any answer from Washington at all.
What the devil's happened to your receiver?
I don't know, sir. I've run every check I can. I could swear it's completely operative.
Try the AM bands.
I've tried them. Listen to this.
Nothing.
That's right, sir. It's like every radio station in the world was stopped transmitting.
Chip, take us up to periscope depth.
Aye, aye, sir. Take us up to 90 feet.
Aye, sir. 90 feet.
What do you see?
Nothing.
This is a main shipping lane.
I know. Not only no ships in sight, there are no planes in the air. Not even a bird.
Chet, what do you got on radar?
Nothing, sir. Not any kind of blip at all.
Well, what do you make of it?
I want a meeting of these officers in the map room at once. Senator, you please come with me. Well, there it is, gentlemen. According to the X4, no nuclear subs exist in the seas. We can observe no fish in the waters, no birds in the air. Our instruments can detect no ships. And we've been unable to contact any living thing afloat or ashore. Any comment? How far are we from Norfolk?
A little over 2 hours.
All right, set a course for the Navy base there and proceed submerged at flank speed.
Aye, sir.
Senator, you and I will take off in the flying sub and head directly for Washington. Chief, you come along with us.
Aye, sir.
Within the hour, we should have the answer to this. That's all, gentlemen. Keep in contact by radio. When you get to Norfolk, make a full report to the base commander and stand by for further orders.
Aye, sir. Good luck, Admiral.
Aye. Sit up.
Anything unusual?
Not at all. There's the flying subs blip on screen. They're approaching the mainland now.
Good.
Mr. Morton? Excuse me, sir.
Kowalski, what are you doing on a sick bay?
Reporting back to duty, sir.
How do you feel?
Never better, Skipper. I'm sorry about what happened, sir. I still don't understand it.
Did the doc give you a duty slip?
Yes, sir. He says I'm okay.
Very well. Take over the thermometer watch.
Aye, aye, sir.
Keep an eye on him.
Virginia coast. We'll land in Washington in a few minutes. Flying Sub 1 to National Airport Tower. Command tower. Command tower.
Don't tell me we can't get them.
Tower, this is Flying Sub 1. We must have landing clearance.
Well, this is insanity. I don't care what the Seaview operator said. Your radios are broken, that's all.
Well, that's easy to prove. Flying Sub to Seaview. Come in, Seaview.
Flying Sub 1. This is Seaview. Go ahead.
Sparks, I'd like to speak with Captain Crane.
Crane here, Admiral.
Lee, what's your position?
By now, Cape Charles should be on our starboard beam.
Good. So far, we haven't been able to make contact with anything. We'll have to land in Washington without landing clearance.
Any explanation yet?
None. Now, listen to me carefully. I don't know what's going on. We won't know until we land, so approach Norfolk with caution. Understood?
Understood.
All slow to 1/3.
All slow to 1/3, aye.
Now what?
A problem with the thermometer. This doesn't check out at all with the chart.
This is all fouled up.
I know. We let Kowalski out of sick bay a little too soon.
Kowalski, how did you get these readings?
I checked them 5 times, sir. I guarantee they're right.
Dead slow.
Maneuvering come to dead slow.
Dead slow, aye.
His figures are right.
So is our chart. The two don't check.
Come to periscope depth.
5 degree up bubble.
Up 5 degrees, aye.
Level off 90 feet.
90 feet, sir.
You see something?
It can't be. It just isn't possible.
Are we off course?
Only a couple of 1,000 miles. Take a look.
San Francisco. We're not only off course, we're in the wrong ocean. It's impossible. That's all I can say. Our last position check put us a couple of miles off the coast of Virginia.
That's right.
Then how in the name of common sense can that be San Francisco out there?
It couldn't be. But take another look. Tell me what else you notice about the city.
Deserted.
That's right. It ties in with all the other experiences we've been having.
Have you got an explanation?
No. I want a new course bearing 90 degrees relative. All ahead standard at 90 feet.
Aye, aye, sir.
Anything yet?
No, sir, not a thing.
I want to raise FS1. Give me the Admiral.
Aye, sir.
Seaview to FS1, come in. This is SSRN Seaview to FS1. Do you read me?
Keep on it, Sparks. I've got to reach him.
It's the same everywhere. Where is everybody?
I would be perfectly willing to admit that I'm going out of my mind. It's, and we all seem to be in the same boat.
Yeah.
We couldn't find anything. How about you?
Well, I went to my office. It's just the way I left it. No significant messages, no sign of disorder, just nothing.
I think we should head for the Pentagon. There's bound to be something there that'll give us a lead.
I disagree. It's obvious to me the entire city's been evacuated. Only the greatest possible catastrophe could warrant something like this.
Do you think something terrible is going to happen?
There isn't a doubt in my mind. I think we better make tracks out of here.
Without learning anything more?
Well, we've learned enough.
What about the other cities? What about New York?
I say we return at once to the Seaview.
I'm sorry, Senator. I'm going to have a look at New York first.
All right, have it your way.
Here are the readings from the navigational satellite. We're right where we thought we were in the first place.
Off the coast of Virginia and heading north.
How do you explain looking through the scope and seeing San Francisco?
Skipper, I'm in contact with the Admiral.
Admiral, where are you?
We're the flying sub approaching New York City. We landed at Washington. It's been evacuated.
Evacuated? Why?
I don't know. All I can tell you, Lee, is that since we left you, we haven't seen a living thing, man, fish, or fowl.
Neither have we, including the city of San Francisco.
San Francisco? How do you know that?
We saw it. I thought we saw it. But instrumentation tells us we're still in Atlantic waters.
Well, I'm sure you are, Lee, although there's precious little else I am sure of. Except that we've got to find out what this is all about.
What do you want us to do?
Head for New York Harbor at flank speed. We'll meet you there.
Aye, sir. Chip, stay on this heading and bring us up to flank speed.
Maneuvering come to all ahead flank.
All ahead flank. Aye, sir.
Kowalski, come with me. Ron, take over. Kowalski, when you were on guard outside the components room, what you saw in the corridor just wasn't there. You realize that, don't you?
I do now, yes, sir. The doc explained it was some kind of nervous collapse.
All right. Now, having been through it once and knowing it wasn't true, do you think you could be fooled again?
No, sir. I couldn't.
No, I don't think you could either. And I have to find out. Will you give it a try?
If that's what you want me to do, Skipper.
It's not an order.
I know, sir.
All right.
We're on course and running a flank.
Yeah, very well. Chip, I want Corridor A placed off limits to all personnel for the next hour. The same order applies to the corridor adjacent to my quarters. See that it's done. It's very important.
Aye, aye, sir.
All right.
New York looks normal enough. Because it's hard to tell much at this altitude.
What are you gonna do?
Reconnoiter a little lower, then set her down on the East River and go ashore. Hang on.
Kowalski, this is the captain.
Kowalski here, sir.
Everything secure there?
So far, sir.
Very well. Stand watch for 15 minutes, then report to me in my cabin.
Aye, aye, sir.
Kowalski? Kowalski?
person in sight.
That's all we need to know. Let's get back to your submarine at once.
Without more investigation? No, I don't think so.
Nelson, be reasonable. Some terrible catastrophe has struck the Earth. Now, the sooner we surround ourselves with the protection of the Seaview, the better our chances of survival.
I'm sorry, Senator. We have to find out what's actually happening. I'm not leaving here without landing on Manhattan, and that's final.
Easy, Captain. Easy.
How did you get me out of there?
Kowalski reported your cabin as ordered. When he knocked on the door, the firing began from inside. Kowalski alerted me, and I came running.
Did you see it? That thing, did you see it?
There wasn't anything there.
But my cabin door was broken in.
We found your door closed and locked from the inside.
That's what I was trying to prove. Now I know what Kowalski must have been going through.
Was that what happened to Kowalski, sir?
Yes. He must have been going through the same thing. I'm all right. I want to get up.
You've had quite a trauma.
No, I'm all right.
Captain, this is Sparks. I have Admiral Nelson on the Scrambler.
Take it slow.
All right. Sparks, ask him to hold. I'll be right there.
Aye, sir. Reconsider, Admiral. If we go ashore, we're asking for it. Let's get back to the Seaview while we can.
We're staying with my plan, Senator. Sparks, is Captain Crane there?
Just coming in, sir. Stand by.
Yes, Admiral.
Lee, we've landed in New York. It looks deserted, too. We're about to go ashore. Now, the moment you get here, I want you to form a strong shore party, at least half the crew. Land them in Manhattan, and then spread out to make a thorough search. We'll rendezvous at the UN.
Right, sir.
No, you can't risk your submarine that way.
I didn't get that last part, sir.
I didn't say anything. Now, just carry out the order I gave you.
Right, sir.
I'm afraid you're going to regret that order, Admiral.
Shall we, go ashore?
Is this our position?
As of approximately 5 minutes ago, we're making fantastic time.
Then we should be off New York Harbor in a little over 2 hours.
Just about.
All right. Organize a shore party, at least 50 men. 70 if you can spare them. See that they're issued arms.
What's up?
The Admiral believes that New York's deserted, too. When we get there, we're going to comb the island.
Skipper, sonar contact. Large moving object, dead ahead.
Slow to 1/3.
Maneuvering slow to 1/3.
1/3, aye.
Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder.
Aye, sir.
It's moving right with us.
All stop.
All stop.
All stop, aye.
What is that thing? Chip, take a roll.
Look, I'm looking.
I saw it. Just now. It was an enormous octopus. It couldn't have disappeared that fast.
Maybe it was never there.
And that's what I'm afraid of. But sonar, I heard the contact, saw the reading. So did you.
was a false reading. Could have been caused by a thermal layer.
I saw it, Chip. I saw it.
We could be getting electronic feedback from the X4. Shall I have engineering check it out? Lee, are you okay?
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Do you want the doc to take another look at you?
No, That's it. Of course.
What?
The X4. That's our problem, the X4.
How do you figure that?
Ever since the Admiral activated that device, we've been having trouble, don't you see? There's probably some kind of an emission coming from it that's been affecting us. Probably acting directly on the brain. That's it. Now, Chip, listen to me carefully. I want you to get the details from engineering. Dismantle the X4, the whole thing.
Look, Lee.
Don't question me. Look on the surface. Put the X4 on a raft and set it adrift. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. That's clear.
Well, I hope you've seen enough. I have.
Me too, sir.
Well, I haven't.
No?
I don't mind saying, had me going for a moment. Does it, sir? Let's get out of here.
You've been reading my mind, Chief. Where's the senator?
Well, he's gone.
With or without him, we're getting back to the flying sub on the double.
Right.
Lee, we're on the surface. As soon as the engineering detail dismantles the device, we're ready to set it adrift.
Very well.
Captain Crane, this is sick bay.
Yes, Doc, go ahead.
Can you come down here? There's something you ought to know about.
I'll be right there. Take the con chip. Don't do anything about the X4 until I get back.
Aye, aye, sir.
I just don't know what to make of it. Maybe you can come up with an explanation.
A radio? Are you sure?
Look for yourself.
Hi, Skipper.
Hi. How are you coming along?
Oh, just fine, sir. Doc says I can go on unrestricted duty in a couple of days.
Oh, good. Where'd you get the radio?
I had one of the corpsmen get it from my locker. Sure helps pass the time.
Yeah. Did you mind?
No, sir. Help yourself.
Do you mind telling me how this passes the time?
Sir?
It isn't working.
Well, I don't understand. Well, there's a news broadcast on right now, sir.
There's nothing on. We haven't had radio reception aboard this ship since before you were shot. There's nothing on.
Well, sir, I'm listening to it. Why, they even just got through talking about Senator Dennis and his inspection trips. Can't you hear it?
Patterson.
Yes, sir?
Where did you meet Senator Dennis when he came aboard?
I didn't, sir.
What do you mean you didn't?
Well, I was repacking one of the auxiliary ballast pumps when he passed through my section. I had grease all over me. You know, I must be the only guy in the crew who didn't get to shake hands with him. In fact, I never even got a look at the guy.
Thanks. Take it easy, please. This is the captain. The Special Engineering Detail will belay its orders. The X-4 will be reassembled and restored to full working order at once.
Aye, sir.
Sir. Look. Demolition rig.
Hold it right there, Chief. I'll take your weapons, gentlemen. Drop the belts on the deck.
Have you lost your mind?
Far from it. I've been in complete control not only of my mind, but of yours. And it began the moment I stepped aboard your submarine.
Of course. That explains what's been happening to all of us. Some advanced form of mass hypnosis, isn't it?
Well, it's a primitive way of describing the most underrated force in existence. I can exert complete control over the senses of anybody I meet, whether I'm present or not. It takes a skilled expert, of course. And at the moment, I believe I may be the most skilled in the world.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean all the stuff we saw wasn't there at all, only we thought it was on account of him?
Something like that, Chief.
Oh, well, I don't get this at all.
It's not necessary that you do. Just sit down in the chair, please.
This is not going to work.
It's already worked. When both of you are strapped in, I'm going to set the fuse and get out. The flying sub will blow up, and your deaths will obviously be the result of a crash.
Well, I'm not going to sit here like a pigeon.
Oh, but you are. 'Very lucky, Nelson.
You were after the X4, of course.
Of course. I almost had it.
You're losing your hold over us now. You can't make me see what isn't there anymore.
Not anymore. You're free.
Free. Potentially the most powerful weapon in the world, Lee.
I imagine Washington's delighted. Now that you're going to turn it over to them. I said, I guess Washington must be delighted now that they can get the
I wasn't talking about the X4. I was referring to mass hypnosis. Senator Dennis is the greatest master of it I've ever known. He could have been elected president eventually.
Do you really think that was his plan?
I think it was part of it. I think he had a fanatical ego, like all would-be world conquerors. Only instead of overt force, he was going to use this power of his.
And he had me ready to ship out the X4.
A suggestion he planted just before he left the ship.
Now, what was he going to do with it?
Well, it's hard to say with a mind like that. Perhaps he planned the biggest defense scandal in history. You know, something big enough to give him his first step to power.
It would never have worked.
Well, it's academic now. Washington has decided to keep the secret. There'll be a state funeral, of course, and I'm afraid that you and I will have to attend.
Admiral, in this case, I don't think I'll mind.
এটা কি?
এটাতে মোচাটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে করা হয়েছে, গরু মাংস আর ডাল দিয়ে ভুনা করা হচ্ছে কিমা দিয়ে।
এটাতে কি মোচা?
আর মাত্র 5 মিনিটস বাকি আছে, only 5 মিনিটস।
দিবা হ্যাজ নো আইডিয়া কোনটা মোচা কোনটা থয়। অশিত,
জি স্যার।
কি বানাচ্ছেন আজকে?
আমরা আজকে করছি থোড় দিয়ে চিংড়ি দিয়ে একটা কোফতা কারির রসা। মানে কারি আর রসা তো একই জিনিস, তো আমি রসা বলছি কারি না বলে।
বাংলা কুইজিন নিয়ে কনফিডেন্ট না?
হ্যাঁ, কনফিডেন্ট।
আপনার কি হচ্ছে, কেমন লাগছে?
যে আমাদের যেহেতু ডিসাইড করা হয়েছিল একটা কারি হবে অ্যান্ড একটা ভর্তা হবে, সো আমরা আরেকটা সাইড ডিশের সাথে রেখেছি আপনার মোচা দিয়ে শুটকি দিয়ে একটা ভর্তা করেছি।
12 মিনিটের মতো বাকি আছে। হ্যাঁ
জি জি শেফ, আমাদের কাস্টিং শেষ, 3টা বাকি।
জাস্ট এই যে সার্ভ করবেন, ক্লিন করবো।
গুড লাক। Ashita, 10 minutes বাকি। হয়ে যাবে
ইনশাআল্লাহ।
কস্টিং ডান?
Costing done, cleaning will be done and cooking are done. তো এখনো শেষ হয়নি, আর 11 মিনিট বাকি আছে, ইনশাআল্লাহ হয়ে যাবে। যেহেতু তোমার কোপ্তা ভাজাটা হয়ে গেছে, এই গ্রেভিটাও রেডি, জাস্ট এটাতে ডিপ করবো 2 মিনিট।
ক্লিনিং প্রেজেন্টেশন।
জি, কস্টিং ফাঁকে করছি আমরা, প্রায় হয়ে গেছে।
মোচা ইনফিউজ করা। দেন এটা কি?
এটাতে মোচাটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে করা হয়েছে, গরু মাংস আর ডাল দিয়ে ভুনা করা হচ্ছে কিমা দিয়ে।
এটাতে কি মোচা?
এটাতে হচ্ছে এটার ফুলটা আর কি।
দ্যাট ইজ মোচা। এন্ড দেন
এটাতে হচ্ছে ওই যে যেটা ভিতরে ছিল। ও হ্যাঁ।
পার্টিসিপেন্টস, আর মাত্র 10 মিনিট বাকি আছে, মাত্র 10 মিনিট। এই 10 মিনিটের মধ্যে আপনাদের প্লেটিং কমপ্লিট করতে হবে, কস্টিং করতে হবে, সেই সাথে কিচেন ক্লিন করতে হবে।
ভালো, সবাই মোটামুটি অন টাইম শেষ করে ফেলবে। ক্লিনিং কস্টিংও সবার হয়ে গেছে, টিম ওয়ার্ক তো। বাট আমি একটা জিনিস নোটিস করলাম যে টিম এ অসিত, জোয়ারিয়া, তারা বলছে যে আমার দেশ এটা, আমার দেশ এটা। সো ওই জিনিসটা ক্লিয়ার করে দিলাম যে আমার দেশ আমার দেশটা, দিস ইজ আ টিম ওয়ার্ক, দুটো দেশ আমাদেরই হবে। সাইমা অ্যান্ড লাকির মধ্যেও দেখলাম যে বন্ডিংটা খুব একটা স্ট্রং মনে হয় নাই, রীতিমতো ঝগড়া করতেছে তারা, বোঝা যায় দূর থেকে দেখে।
এখনো কথাবার্তায় বলে যাচ্ছে।
আবার একটা ইন্টারেস্টিং জিনিস কি জানেন, দিবা হ্যাজ নো আইডিয়া কোনটা মোচা কোনটা থয়। জিজ্ঞেস করতেছে যে এটার নাম জানি কি, যে কোনটা। বাট ইন্টারেস্টিং থিং ইজ দে আর দি অনলি কাউন্টার যারা নাকি সুইট রেসিপি করতেছে।
এই মোচা আর থোড়টা দিয়ে,
হ্যাঁ থোড়টা দিয়ে একটা
স্পাইসি কিছু একটা।
অনেক ইন্টারেস্টিং।
কিচেন কার ক্লিন আছে না আছে দেখতে হবে একটা।
এই সাইডে মোটামুটি সবাই ক্লিন। এখানে আমি দেখলাম যে ইবা আর তামান্নাটা একটু স্লাইটলি ক্লিন না, সেজতি আর কুমোর স্টেশন একদমই ক্লিন না, এখন অনেক বাকি।
পার্টিসিপেন্টস, আর মাত্র 5 মিনিটস বাকি আছে, only 5 মিনিটস। এর মধ্যে আপনাদের সব কমপ্লিট করতে হবে, প্লেটিং, কস্টিং অ্যান্ড ক্লিনিং।
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Time's up!
কচুর যে রুটটা আছে ওইটা দিয়ে ইলিশ মাছের একটা ঝোল, কচুর পাতা আর কচুর যে ডগাটা ছিল ডাটাটা ওটা দিয়ে চিংড়ি মাছের সেমি গ্রেভির মতো একটা ঝোল, আর সাথে করেছি সাদা ভাত।
এই তো বাংলার স্বাদে এখান থেকে এখানে চলে এলাম।
মানে আমি এক কথা বলবো, ওয়াও।
পুরান ঢাকার লাকি এবং সেই সাথে ফরিদপুরের সাইমা আপনাদের খাবার নিয়ে চলে আসুন।
আজকে বানিয়েছি সাদা ভাত, কচু দিয়ে ইলিশ মাছের পাতুরি আর কচু ঘোটা, সাথে কচু ভাজা।
আমার কাছে ভালো লেগেছে, থ্যাংক ইউ। খেতে ভালো ছিল, বিশেষ করে পাতুরিটা আমার কাছে অনেক ভালো লেগেছে। প্লেটিংটা যদি একটু মাটির প্লেটে হতো, মানে বাংলার স্বাদে একটু টান পড়েছি, আদারওয়াইজ ভালো ছিল।
প্লেটিংটা সুন্দর। আই লাইক দ্য আইডিয়া অফ দ্য চিপস। পাতুরিটা ইজ গুড। তারপরে আমার মনে হয়েছে যে কচুর ইউসেজটা আর একটু ব্লেন্ডিংটা প্রপারলি হলে, এটা ল্যাক অফ টাইম হতে পারে, এটাকে রেখে দিলে অনেকক্ষণ এটাতে মাছটার ভিতরে কচুর ফ্লেভার্সগুলো ইনফিউজ হয়ে যেত, ওখানে ছোট একটু ল্যাকিং রয়ে গিয়েছে। বেস্ট পার্ট অ্যাবাউট দ্য ডিশ ইজ দ্য ফ্রাইজ। ফ্রাইজটা খেতে মজা লাগতেছে।
কচুর যে ঘোটা করেছে সেটা 5 ফোড়নের কালো জিরা পরিমাণটা অনেক বেশি হওয়াতে একটু তেতো লাগছে। আজকের প্লেটিংটা আরও ইমপ্রুভ করা উচিত ছিল, দেখা যাক কী হয়।
কস্টিংয়ে কিছু আইটেমস মিসিং আছে। লেবুর কস্টিং ধরেনি, লেবু তো পার্ট অফ দ্য প্লেট, রাইট? এই যে ডিটেলসগুলো মিসিং আছে এখানে। কিউ
থ্যাংক ইউ। এবারে টিম এইচ, ঢাকার সেজুতি এবং জয়পুরহাটের কুমো, আপনাদের রেসিপি নিয়ে দ্রুত চলে আসুন।
কচুর যে রুটটা আছে ওইটা দিয়ে ইলিশ মাছের একটা ঝোল, কচুর পাতা আর কচুর যে ডগাটা ছিল ডাটাটা ওটা দিয়ে চিংড়ি মাছের সেমি গ্রেভির মতো একটা ঝোল, আর সাথে করেছি সাদা ভাত, একটু পেঁয়াজ ভর্তা আর কচু ভাজা।
You guys understand food, you guys understand cooking, you guys understand ingredient. আমি জানি না গত এপিসোডে কি হয়েছিল। What a comeback.
ওয়াও,
What a comeback.
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
মানে আমি এক কথা বলবো, ওয়াও। সব কিছু অসম্ভব সুন্দর, এবং কচুর যে ডোগাটা যেটা, ওটা এত ফাইনলি মানে পুরো মুখে দেওয়াতে মেল্ট হয়ে গেল, ভিতরে উপরের বাগারটা ভালো ছিল, আর মাছের সাথে যে কচুর যে কাঁটাটা, আমি বলেছিলাম যে হাফ মুন, আসলে সেটাই হয়েছে। সব কিছু এভরিথিং ওয়াজ ভেরি নাইস, ফ্যাবুলাস। থ্যাংক ইউ, থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমার আর কিছু বলার দরকার আছে?
বললে ভালো হয়।
এটাই বিশ্বাস হচ্ছে না যে গত পর্বে আপনারাই ছিলেন, ওই ডিশটা আপনারা প্রেজেন্ট করেছেন, এই পর্বে আপনারাই সেম এই তো বাংলার স্বাদে এখান থেকে এখানে চলে এলাম। জান ফেরত এসেছে আবার। ভেরি নাইস।
কস্টিংয়ে গতকালকে যে প্রবলেমটা ছিল ওটা আজকে নেই। নাইস, ঠিক আছে, সুন্দর।
উনি যখন বলেছে যে ওনার জান ফেরত এসেছে, তখন আমি বলবো যে আমার জানের পানি ফেরত এসেছে, বিকজ 2 এপিসোড ধরে খুব নার্ভাস ছিলাম যে কি হবে না হবে। সো ওনার কাছ থেকে অ্যাপ্রিসিয়েশন পেয়ে খুব ভালো লেগেছে।
কি বানাচ্ছেন রিসাত?
দেব আমি করছি কচুর ডগা দিয়ে চিংড়ি মাছ দিয়ে নারকেলের দুধ দিয়ে, আর একটা হচ্ছে কচুর যে গোটাটা আছে গোটাটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে আমি গরুর মাংস দিয়ে ভেনা করছি।
আমি আজকে করছি মানকচু দিয়ে ইলিশ মাছ দিয়ে একটু নারকেল দিয়ে ঝোল করছি, যেহেতু আমাদের দেশি স্টাইলে আমার মায়ের হাতের রান্না এটা।
পার্টিসিপেন্টস আর মাত্র 30 মিনিট বাকি আছে। এই 30 মিনিটের মধ্যে আপনাদের কুকিং ডান করতে হবে, সেই সাথে প্লেটিং, ক্লিনিং এবং কস্টিং। সো সময় হাতে একেবারেই কম, দুজন মিলে কাজ করুন, একজন অন্যজনকে সাহায্য করুন বা একজন কস্টিং করে ফেলুন। হাতে সময় আছে আর মাত্র 30 মিনিট।
আজকের আমাদের মেইন ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস ছিল হচ্ছে কচুর মুখ, মানকচুর মুখ আর মানকচুর ডাঁটা। তো আমরা মানকচুর ডাঁটাটা দিয়ে একটা হচ্ছে চিংড়ি মাছের টক করছি, আর হচ্ছে মানকচুর যে মুখটা আছে ওটা দিয়ে আমরা ইলিশ মাছের একটা কারি বানাচ্ছি।
আজকে আমরা করছি কচুর ডগা দিয়ে একটা কচু ঘোটা, আর করছি কচু ইলিশ মাছের পাতুরি, যেটা ইটা আছে গোড়াটা আছে সেটা দিয়ে।
আমি আজকে করছি মানকচু দিয়ে ইলিশ মাছ দিয়ে একটু নারকেল দিয়ে ঝোল করছি, যেহেতু আমাদের দেশি স্টাইলে আমার মায়ের হাতের রান্না এটা। আর করছি কচু ডাঁটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে চিংড়ি মাছ দিয়ে একটা ভুনা করব ডাল দিয়ে। দেখি আমার হাতের রান্না কেমন আনতে পারি। না আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আটাটা দাও।
আজকে আমরা বানাচ্ছি কচুর কোরমা, সাথে কচুর ডগা ভাজি, আর সাথে আমরা কচু দিয়ে একটা গোলাপ জামুন বানাচ্ছি, আর সাথে থাকবে প্লেন রাইস। লেবু একটা 5 টাকা।
কি বানাচ্ছেন রিসাত?
দেব আমি করছি কচুর ডগা দিয়ে চিংড়ি মাছ দিয়ে নারকেলের দুধ দিয়ে, আর একটা হচ্ছে কচুর যে গোটাটা আছে গোটাটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে আমি গরুর মাংস দিয়ে ভেনা করছি। আর একটা ঠান্ডাই করেছি, ওটা হচ্ছে বিয়ে বিক্রি নর্মালে, আর হচ্ছে আমি খিটা রুটি করবো 2 ধরনের, একটা একটু স্পাইসি করে আর একটা নর্মাল খিটা রুটি করবো।
কালকের থেকে বেটার হবে
ইনশাল্লাহ।
সেই জ্যোতি কি রেসিপি আজকে?
আজকে আমার যে কচুর যে রুটটা ছিল ওইটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে একটা ইলিশ মাছের ওইটা দিয়ে একটা কারি করেছি, আর যে গ্রিন পার্টটা ছিল ওইটাকে আমরা পেস্ট করে একটা টক ফ্লেভার দিয়ে চিংড়ি দিয়ে একটা সেমি গ্রেভির মতো করেছি, আর সাথে হচ্ছে আদা ভাত, একটু পেঁয়াজ মরিচ ভর্তা।
গুড লাক। রূপা কি বানানো হচ্ছে?
এটা হচ্ছে কচুর ডাঁটা দিয়ে আমি চিংড়ি মাছ দিয়ে এটা ভুনা করছি। এটা ডাল আছে, তো নারকেল আছে। এটা পুরোপুরি হচ্ছে আমার মায়ের হাতের রান্না। আজকে আমার মাকে আমি অনেক মিস করছি, জানি না আমার হাতের রান্নার মতো হবে কি না। দেখি আজকে আমার হাতের রান্নাটা আমি দিতে পারি কি না।
স্মেল অনেক সুন্দর আসছে, এটা টেস্ট করতে পারবো?
ইয়েস স্যার।
এবার আমরা কার কি টোকেনে লেখা আছে সেটা শুনবো। প্রথমে শুরু করি সাইমাকে দিয়ে।
চাইনিজ।
এবার জিনাত।
গ্রিস।
নিপা।
স্পেন।
এবার উর্মি মাহবুব
পেরু
সাফায়েত
ফ্রেঞ্চ কুইজিন পেয়েছি। ফ্রেঞ্চ কুইজিন এমন একটা কুইজিনের উৎপত্তি বলা যায় ফ্রেঞ্চকে। তো সেক্ষেত্রে আমি একটু কনফিডেন্ট ছিলাম যে কোনো দেশীয় ফিশ দিয়ে আমি ফ্রেঞ্চের যে কোনো একটা আইটেম করতে পারবো।
লিনা দেখি তোমার টোকেনে কি আছে।
মেক্সিকো।
আমি জানতে চাই নসীন, আপনার টোকেনে কি আছে?
থাইল্যান্ড।
ও বাবা।
জুয়াইরিয়া।
ইটালি।
অ্যান্ড লাস্ট মৌসুমি।
ইন্ডিয়া ইন্ডিয়া বরাবরই আমি মাছ রান্নাতে একটু দুর্বল, তো এই জন্য মাছের যখন ফিউশন ইন্ডিয়ার সঙ্গে হলো তখন আমার একটু মানে ভয় কাজ করছিল।
জাজেস, আমি তো পুরো বিশ্ব ভ্রমণ করে এলাম মনে হলো, বাট ফিশ কোথায়?
জিনিসটা কভার আপ করার পরে দেখলাম ওখানে 4 টাইপের মাছ ছিল, অ্যান্ড দেখে খুব একটা ডরাইনি, বিকজ মেন্টররা আমাদের অলরেডি ক্লাস নিয়েছেন অ্যান্ড এই দেশি ফুডগুলো নিয়ে অনেক ফিউশন ডিশেস করানো হয়েছে।
এই 4 ধরনের মাছেরই ডিফারেন্ট কাটস ভ্যারাইটিস আছে আমাদের রাঁধুনি গ্রোসারি স্টোরে। আপনাদেরকে আজকে একটা ডিশ প্রেজেন্ট করতে হবে। এছাড়াও আপনার যদি মনে হয় এর সাথে কোনো সাইড ডিশ আপনারা দিতে চাচ্ছেন অর অ্যাপ্রোপ্রিয়েট যেটা যায়, সেটা আপনারা আমাদেরকে আজকে প্রেজেন্ট করতে পারেন।
সুবিধার্থে আরেকবার বলে দিচ্ছি, এখানে 4টা মাছ, রুই মাছ আছে, বোয়াল মাছ, ট্যাংরা আর বেলে মাছ। এই 4টা থেকে যার যে দেশ বা কুজিন অনুযায়ী আপনারা রান্না করবেন। আর একটু সহজ করে দেই আপনাদের জন্য, তো অবশ্যই মেন্টার্স আছেন। মেন্টার্সের হেল্প নিয়ে কিন্তু আপনারা আজকে রান্নার পরিবেশন করবেন।
তার জন্য মেন্টার্সদের টাইম দেওয়া হবে আজকে পার পার্টিসিপেন্টসের জন্য 5 মিনিট করে পাবেন।
Theo thì mình sẽ cất màu xanh nước biển này đi và lấy màu xanh lá đậm hơn nha. Mình sẽ lấy màu xanh lá đậm hơn để tô tiếp bức tranh. Mình vừa dùng xong màu xanh lá cây rồi Và các bạn có biết tiếp theo mình sẽ dùng cái màu gì không? Tiếp theo thì mình sẽ dùng màu vàng nha. Đây là màu vàng của mình. Và mình sẽ dùng màu vàng để tô cả mũi của chiếc gỗ gỗ này nữa nha. và mình vừa dùng xong màu cam rồi và bây giờ mình sẽ cất màu cam đi nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ cho các bạn xem bức tranh của mình nhé. Và đây là bức tranh của mình sau khi đã được tô màu xong. Và bên trên này là bức tranh mẫu. Các bạn có thấy nó giống nhau không? Để mình để gần hơn nha. Vậy là video hướng dẫn tô màu của mình đến đây là kết thúc rồi. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở video tiếp theo nha. Bye bye.